Welcome, listeners, to this week's episode of the Full Send Rejects. Today, we visit part 2 of Billy's dive into the mass murderer known as H.H. Holmes. I take a look at the suspects of the Gardner Museum Heist. And yes, this time I did spell museum correctly.
Hooray!
This time, the rest of my write-up is probably spelled incorrectly still. But first, before those two, Rose will take us through a sleigh ride around the world as she talks about how different cultures view Santa Claus. However, as usual, our pre-topic banter will come first, starting with our recent crossover with the Well House Exorcism podcast.
Yeah, you told me, and then I didn't even know.
See, I thought I did, and then I forgot. We mentioned you.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, the one there. For anyone who's listening.
No, I'm not offended or anything. I don't have a good time talking to people. No offense, guys.
Well, for anyone who was listening to what episode did they come on? Oh, they did the history of Shar Mountain for us. Mm-hmm. I touched on the Ashland House. We all kind of touched on it, and we made an episode on it that will be out probably before this episode comes out because they release on.
It's coming out Monday. Well, Sunday night, I believe.
Sunday night or Monday morning. So yeah, before this episode comes out, that episode will be out. And if you like our spooky bits, which Billy does a lot here, you definitely like their podcast. So go check them out. And we thank them for having us come on. It's a pretty good episode. They said it's one of their longer episodes too. It's like an hour and a half.
I feel when you get a guest, it's just always going to be longer.
Yeah, it just happens. You get more voices in there and whatnot.
Oh, the editing.
And again, our two interviews, guests, well, I guess 3 if you count them. I guess that was on 2, but the other 2, those were lengthy.
Well, you can't really cut raw emotion.
No, it is raw emotion is not an onion.
Yeah, how am I supposed to listen to it? Never mind. I'm not even going to say that.
We talked about the house I grew up in and how it's definitely haunted.
It's scary. There's a handprint.
There's handprint. There's 2 handprints.
There is a second one.
And a face imprint too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
With blood splatter above them.
Yeah, it's fine. It was a lovely home.
I like how you're like, oh god, there was more body parts put into things. Blood, whatever.
Yeah, first thing I noticed walking into the basement is that blood.
Yep. No, I was when you came up, I was saying how the one night I was across the street and you're like, what is going on upstairs? And I'm like, what do you mean? There's a loud bang going on. I'm like, oh, it's probably the ghost. What?
A what now?
So if you're listening to this in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you do not have to disclose their house is haunted and getting roommates.
But we'll figure it out.
You'll definitely figure it out.
And depending on the disposition, just be like, I don't know, probably came with you. Really?
It was definitely it was a good time, good episode.
Well, I look forward to hearing it.
It was very hard trying to speak and actually have to think about the words you were going to say because it's an anti-potty mouth podcast.
Yeah, Rose dropped an S-bomb. I was polite.
Do you know how hard it is for me?
Do you know how hard it was for me? I almost dropped the F-bomb like a dozen times. Because I asked her during, I'm like, wait a minute. What do you guys don't like cursing on your episodes because you're a teacher? Well, I think they're both teachers, but one doesn't like it.
They are both.
Yeah, and she's like, no.
Dana is the one that brought it up, yeah.
Yeah. And at one point, I'm like, they're going to heck.
I think hell's okay.
Yeah, I was like,
she said that. Yeah, hell is okay because that's a place, I guess. That's why it makes it okay.
Yeah, I said
it's also of the Christian faith.
Shit.
And Shannon's like, I gotta edit now. It's okay. It's PG-13. I think 1 shit or 2 shits is it's good. It's okay.
It escaped, and
The
then
poor world of the editor.
yeah.
Listen, in PG-13 movies, you're allowed to say one fuck. Okay, so
We are not a PG-13 podcast.
no, this is definitely rated R. Sometimes borderline NC-17.
There's drinking and drug use frequently.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's very fair. It happens. More of the. Actually, someone told me today they were waiting for their kids to go to bed to listen to our one podcast episode. So, but then that was also the last week's episode. We talked to Kate.
Yeah.
That was another.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one's definitely not meant for kids.
No. Definitely needs one of those listeners advised explicit.
I don't think I did that.
Oh,
Well, the episodes come with it automatically.
yeah. I mean, I think our
Wait, was it Julie and or Gabby?
What's that?
Was it Julie and or Gabby
For what?
that said they're waiting to put their kid to bed?
Oh no, it was someone else. It was someone
Oh,
I
hi, guys.
know. It was someone I know who I knew that liked the post on Facebook, and I was like, "Did you listen to this yet? Like, I like some feedback here." And she was like, "Well, not yet. Waiting for the kids to go to bed. I'll listen to it later." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
yeah, Julie listens to it during work hours because there's times I'll walk down the hallway and I'll hear my own voice, and I'm like, "Is my conscience on the outside?"
It's like,
Liz did that to me the one day.
but then it was funny because she was like, friend I was talking to, she's like, "So does the parent cry at all? Because I can't deal with that." I'm like, "Oh God, you're not going to survive
Well-
this." Yeah, there's a good bit of tears.
You get 5 minutes into it.
Yeah, you
Tears
can't blame.
are allowed.
Yeah, you can't blame her. I mean, that's a tough thing to go through.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody, but
It's okay to cry.
Yeah, it's okay to cry. Yeah,
it was emotional for us.
crying is indeed healthy.
Dude, I got 5 minutes into that and I was crying the entire time.
At least this time you weren't asking me if I can pay for your therapy.
No, that still stands though.
You know, my therapist had told me that, if there's ever time that, Anthony ever wanted to go in with me to have a discussion, I might just tell him we need a full send reject therapy session just to get through.
Whenever we have a tough episode,
Yeah.
we should do it. Like one of these interviews or what wasn't our tough one? Unit 731? That was a tough one.
Oh, Albert Fish.
Albert Fish, yeah, that was another one. Reading his letter.
Yeah.
I ate his
The
ass.
constant phrase is, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I heard Wellhouse say it the first time, I'm like, hey, we're influencers. I'm like, oh, this isn't a good idea.
Oh no.
It ggets worse. Get shirts made.
Well, they're like, I forget what they were talking about. They're like, it gets worse. And they're like, it gets spooky. I think it was some haunted house talking about. I don't know. Next thing though, because we don't really have any pre-topic things here tonight. Best fast food burger.
Yeah, we are not prepared.
I do want to touch base on this topic. It's a side thing.
Burgers?
Yes. Arby's came out with a good burger. Like there's like 3 of them. Like it's like a Mondo
Is it
burger,
good?
but I haven't had it, but it's made with the Wagyu meat.
Oh, that thing.
Oh yeah, it's like
It brought-
51% Wagyu.
Yeah. Well, that's their burger, but they came out with a special good burger because Good Burger 2 is coming out.
Oh, that's true.
And they have like, because they normally have the one burger, but now they have like 5 of them and they're monstrous. I mean, if you look at it, it's just, you're going to have to like eat it like a snake and just connect your jaw.
New Arby's burgers.
I haven't trusted Arby's since they took away the 5 for 5.
I think that's back. Is it not?
I don't know.
Are you shitting me?
That's a pretty juicy burger.
Yeah, it's a monster burger. Yeah, they brought a lot of stuff back. The classic
Yeah,
5
they
for
do
5.
the 5 for 5. I will go.
Well, I just know because today I had a beef and cheddar, and we were looking at their new burgers, and they were just juicy looking.
Dog, Arby's is so gross. No, I'm so hungry for it.
So I'm gonna take back what I said before, where this is thrown in here because I have much else, and totally planned it because of Arby's.
Okay, so what is your best fast food burger?
It's hard to like. I don't know. Like Burger King was coming back for me, and they make some good burgers. But then there's like the good, like the very good, like there places you can't get around here. What was that place you went to?
Me and you,
Yeah,
Zaxby's? Or are you thinking?
we went
Checkers.
to like one.
Oh,
Was it Checkers?
Checkers.
And then went to the one right next to it too.
Oh, that's Rodeo Burger.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh no, not Rodeo Burger. No, Roy Rogers.
That's what it was, Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers.
Oh, Checkers out. That was very good.
Yeah, except next time you get it, you got the big Buford. Next time you get it, you just have to make sure to tell them no mayo.
Actually, you know what? Final answer: Whataburger. Oh my god, I miss them.
Whataburger?
Yeah.
See, I never got them.
It's only down south, mostly in Texas. It is just delicious. Oh my
I
god.
never got In-N-Out or Whataburger.
I was in and out last
fast
night.
food.
Unless I saw
Yeah, well, I was in Five Guys last night, so what do you want?
Ooh, good for you.
I don't
You must got a good tip.
Mine, I do really enjoy the Wagyu from Arby's, but if I had to pick something else, like from an actual burger place instead of a roast beef place, honestly, the Quarter Pounder Deluxe from McDonald's, it kind of gives me a Whopper feel without the heartburn in that weird charcoal flavor, but
Ooh.
it's just delicious.
Trying to find the closest Whataburger.
Growing up, we had Crystals, which was like the Wish version of White Castle.
White Castle's pretty good too.
Yeah, but that's one of those things where you want to have it. Even if it was around here all the time, I wouldn't get it all the time.
Probably not.
No, because the goat will always and forever be TB.
I know Kodak's gonna yell at me for my favorite burger.
Well, we'll talk about don't make burgers.
No, but they're like the goat of fast food.
I mean, we all know my actual favorite burger, but that's not a fast food place.
Yeah, Tony's is not an option for fast food.
Get an Impossible Burger.
You shut up with an Impossible Burger. No.
Are you trying to get us
Impossible Whopper, dog.
I will cancel us just for saying that.
We get canceled and it was Anthony that reported it.
A close runner-up is the bacon double quarter pounder from McDonald's. Though.
Oh, that one's good. That one's just juicy.
Yeah, that's why I like that deluxe.
Dude, it's
See-
so good when you're high
Yeah,
and
that's
or hungover.
McDonald's good for when you're high or you're like 8.
Didn't you live on that when you were in school?
Me?
Yeah, McDonald's.
Oh, and for college students.
That's one. Yeah.
So it looks like the closest
I went a
Whataburger.
week eating McChickens.
The chickens are pretty good. Looks like the closest Whataburger might be in Georgia.
Sounds like a road trip to me.
Unless there's some in Tennessee. Let's see here. Tennessee.
You're the only 10 I see.
Oh, there. Shut up. There's some in Tennessee by Nashville.
Oh, can we stop and pick up the Mothman? By the way, check out Well House Exorcism.
For the Mothman.
So if we're going to Tennessee, can we go to
Dolly Parton Land.
I was going to say
Dolly World?
Dolly World. Yeah, that one.
I was gonna say the Moonshine Distillery, but okay.
Yeah, they're like 5 minutes apart.
Okay. I mean, all things are possible.
They also have the world's
There's
largest.
got to be a cannon down there. I'll find it.
There's also the country's largest knife store there,
Well,
which also houses the Iron Throne.
well, you had me at Iron Throne.
You also buy Wolverine's claws.
You had me at all things that are pokey and harmful.
There we go. Right next to a gun range, which is also right down the road from the distillery. You get moonshine.
Okay, you already sold me. Stop taking my money.
Yeah. I already know there's a cannon in Tennessee that I'll find. I just want to fire it.
Arg.
It is Tennessee.
Yeah, there's bound to be a cannon somewhere.
Well,
You realize one of the country's like biggest cannons is like a few hours away from here, right?
Can I fire it?
he's like, I fire it.
I don't know. Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, I could almost
BYOC.
guarantee I could find one in Tennessee to fire.
I mean, oh god, what kind of cannon are you trying to fire here? Just any?
A cannon?
Local circus.
I mean, isn't there a place?
I want to be shot.
If I could blow a hole in the side of something, for the better.
I think there's like a somewhere not far from here, going towards Maryland, where you can like drive a tank and fire its cannon.
Alright, but that's not the kind of cannon I want. I want one of the stationary rolling ones.
Well, then don't move. Just shoot it.
Yeah, but I want like the ones that you put the little wick thing to, and it goes. That's about as loud as it gets.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, where can I fire a cannon?
Where can I be a
Think
pirate?
Civil War.
Well, the first thing I see is
pirate,
Live in
yeah.
History in American Battlefield Trust, Gettysburg, PA. So you might be able to fire a cannon from in Gettysburg.
Fire in the
We're going on
hole!
an adventure.
We can do spooky stuff and fire cannon.
Fire cannons at the ghost.
I'll take out that one by the house. I don't remember the whole story, but she died from shrapnel from a cannon.
Wow.
Let's see here. Wherever Fort Pulaski National Monument is, they have weekly cannon firings.
But I want to physically fire it.
As I say, it includes volunteers.
How do we go from
sick.
burgers to cannons?
They're both American.
Well, you got me there.
Let's see here. Park admission is $10 a person with 15 and under free.
Oh, shit. Billy, you're 15.
You could pass for it.
No, I got this beard now.
Ow.
If he shaved. I was going to say, if you shave.
He hit puberty early.
See, that's gonna have to wait till like March or April.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get you a cannon. Can we just buy a cannon?
Full said cannon blast.
So if we take a trip.
Can I buy?
So are we just going to get the old timey Civil War outfits and go down there and just.
Muzzle loading cannons, such as the one you're referring to, are not regulated under federal law. If you want to own a medieval bombard with an 18-inch bore, there is no law stopping you. At least at the federal level, you just have to check with state laws and local ordinances.
So you're saying I could buy a cannon?
I'm gonna double check with PA. Let's see here.
I love this country.
Yeah, you can own one here. Yep.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Or at least I know I'm free.
Because if they try to take me, I'm just going to blow them up.
There's also only a few states that, regulate owning a flamethrower. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, boy. You asked for a flamethrower one time.
Yes, I was a $300 attachment for an AR-15. Who would not want that? We are going off the walls.
Yeah, cannons really took us for a blast there.
You just cannot discharge a cannon at a wedding. Okay.
What about a funeral?
That's how I want to go out.
What about a renewal?
Yeah.
I think you have to register it, but that's about it. A $200 tax fee.
If my dream scenario works out, that's gonna be sick.
Well, this is gonna happen.
You're goddamn right it is.
Okay, so what's a cannon price? Price of a loading cannon.
Oh, this went off the rails.
So we're not going to look at that. We're just going to live in a happy place.
How much is it?
About 20 B's. I'm sure you can haggle. Brand down $50.
I have $3.
If I buy a cannonball with this, can I just get a discount?
You get to pick a cannon or a cow.
Oh, cow.
Cow.
However, Billy gets a cannon and shoots it at the cow.
Oh.
And we see what happens.
No, I feel bad about that.
Well, we would definitely have ground beef.
We have ground beef all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Even the ground.
Comes with a natural smoky flavor.
Yeah, but you said you didn't want the balls.
Cows don't have balls.
Sure they do.
Bulls do.
He is correct.
Bulls are cows.
No.
Yes, they are.
They're bulls.
Bulls.
They're cows.
That's
Hey, Google,
bull.
it's me again. How are bulls cows? Well, I have been corrected today.
You put a little bit more, PSA
Bulls are
thing
bulls.
in here.
Bulls are bulls.
But then, there's other animals where,
Yeah, it's no bullshit.
what's our next thing?
Like a bitch is a
Mommy
female
cow
dog.
and a daddy cow.
No, there's a mommy cow and there's a daddy bull.
And all they have is beef with each other.
I don't know how it makes sense, but it does. Anyway, you want to talk about feeling good about yourself?
Oh my God, do I? So, at the time of this recorded on Friday, last night was the Chargers-Raiders game where the Raiders just obliterated the Chargers. A wide receiver threw a touchdown.
There were 3 fumbles in the first 3 drives for the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers makes me feel really good about the Steelers. Whenever I think about the Steelers, it's not a happy thought this year. Well, it just says we're a spoiled fan base because we're still in the playoff picture, but yet we're just miserable. There's a lot of teams that would trade places with us. It used to be that the Patriots made too, but then, lost to them.
Yeah, what's it like having a bad team?
I don't know. Team's still not bad. We have a winning record. While playing the toughest schedule.
Yeah. But still, what's it like having a mid-card team?
Well, I have been used to this for past, let's see, who else won the Super Bowl in 2000? Ow! Cat! Jesus Christ. Probably that cat doesn't like this either. Look at my elbow. You know what? I don't like sports anymore.
Fun fact. Not only do I play you this week, I play Elizabeth.
Oh, that's funny because I play Billy.
Huh.
Yeah, sure does. And I was nice enough to tell him about his quarterbacks.
Well,
Billy.
He was gonna change it.
yeah, I already know.
Collusion.
I also said to him, yeah, he's there because I don't feel like moving anyone yet because there's people that are hurt and not hurt, and I don't feel like messing my IR.
Mm-hmm.
And then I dropped Josh Dobbs anyway because then I saw he was just going down to the third string.
Yeah, he almost killed Justin Jefferson, so they're kind of mad at him.
You know what? He was serviceable for a little bit. He did me. He did me good. How many wins does my team have here? 4. Yeah, he probably got 2 of them.
I'm riding 2010 with Joe Flacco and Matty Stafford.
Jesus Christ! I'm about to lose.
It's working.
Odds are I'm going to lose to that.
Yeah, so
You're gonna lose to a 38-year-old, and I don't know how old Matt Stafford is.
Where are my quarterbacks? Let's see here. Bailey Zappi and Sam Howell. Because CJ Stroud is hurt as well.
Yep, sure is. I saw that today. I didn't want to tell you about that one. Not that nice.
I saw that one coming. Who? Oh, you know what? Let's see here. How do I do this? Who do I want to drop? We'll drop you. Let's see here. Available quarterbacks.
are you making roster?
Who am I dropping?
As we record, yeah, I'm dropping Xavier Gibson from the Jets and picking up David Mills of the Texans.
So are we going to discuss what we are doing or what the other one wants if in a win?
Well, see, we already owe Billy 2 bottles of Vlad. For a third one, you get a better bottle.
For a third win, I move up to Stoli.
So if Billy beats me, I get him. I owe him 2 bottles. You owe him 1 still. But I can beat you in the other league.
Liz wants edibles.
Liz wants edibles. So if Liz is making a bet, what do you get if you win?
Duh. Tequila.
Okay, there we go. We have a round robin of booze and edibles.
You have a bet for edibles versus tequila on your fantasy game. If you win,
you made it sound like she chipped in with that.
Oh no, I knew that's what she would go with.
Oh, very nice.
But if you win, you get edibles. If Rose wins, she gets tequila.
Yeah.
And if what?
Go ahead. I was gonna say, the birthday party stuff.
Birthday party stuff?
Yeah,
What?
remember Alina's birthday party?
Yeah.
Like those.
Dude, I had so many gummies that day.
It's so good. Billy was watching the macaroni and cheese, like the first container go, and he was like, "There's not a second tray of mac and cheese in the kitchen in front of me." He goes, "You will not get out that second tray because there is no second tray."
I'm just putting it in the oven to warm it up, and no one knows it's in there. Yeah, that lasted about 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm sure. Considering your guys' state when you left.
Huh?
I'm sure you guys were hungry by the time you ate it.
Oh, dude, we were so high.
Well, the next day, Cole was taking the barbecued pulled chicken and putting it on top of the mac and cheese. And then he was taking the Hawaiian buns and opening it up and making macaroni and cheese and the barbecue sauce and the chicken and making sandwiches out of it. He was like, "This is the best thing I've ever had in my life."
He gets it.
Yep. So, are you teeing off?
Yeah, teeing off, yeah. So me and Billy talked today. Sports really aggravates us. He's over here. He's talking shit that Ravens are so good this year. That's what he's referring to. But he knows they're going to fall apart in the first round. So we're going to take up golf because worst case, you suck, and it's okay to drink at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but we have to go to New Jersey. Are you okay going to New Jersey for Topgolf?
That's Top Golf. Whatever. I'll try. I mean, there's someone up New York way. But if we're going to New Jersey to tee off at 8 o'clock in the morning, get drunk.
Why does it have to be at 8 o'clock?
It doesn't have to be. It could be later. I'm just saying. We have to bring bell money.
Okay, I'm kind of a golf noob. What's the difference between regular golf?
Topgolf is virtual golf.
Oh, that's all it is.
It's like you actually hit the ball at a screen, and the screen does the whole "it's going" thing.
So it's golf without walking.
I think it's technically like a driving range. I'm not sure. I don't know if you do the putt-putt.
Still, it's golf without walking.
Yeah, exactly. And you can drink doing it.
Oh,
let's go to Topgolf.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Doesn't that take all the fun out of it?
You want to walk?
You drive, don't you? Would you rather just get drunk and drive a golf cart? Do you not remember Splash Magic?
Yeah, it was a fun time. However, if I could just stand and do it, I have a bum knee now. I'm a different person.
Yeah, we're geriatric now.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest one here.
And your knee is the best one out of all of us.
I have 2 bad knees.
Well, now we're all fucked.
They still work.
Yeah. Jesus. However, I just wasn't sure.
2024 is going to be the year of trying to find a new hobby.
And it's going to be Topgolf/golf.
So let's just say if Santa does bring Cole a VR system for Christmas, what's the difference between traveling all the way somewhere and just hitting it at a screen or just standing in front of our TV and pretending?
You want me to swing a golf club in your house?
You pretend. It's virtual.
No, that's the thing. Topgolf's real, but real kind of.
It's virtual. You can sit here. You can drink.
You're right. I'm just showing.
And you don't have to worry about actually throwing out something in your back because you're so geriatric and fragile.
No, my back's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you beat the shit out of it yesterday.
Okay, I massaged it. Okay. I don't need somebody saying that they're worried about your safety.
You beat my shoulder off pretty well. So you're right. I'll just join a regular golf club. Course, whatever it is. There's one like 10 minutes away.
Sometimes. I don't even know why I speak.
There we go. Now we're at acceptance.
Stage 1.
I thought stage 1 was denied.
But see, Topgolf, we can get good in the winter and just show up at these golf courses and make bets with people and then take their money because we're really good from Topgolf.
I like it. Let's do it.
See, there's a long game in here.
Long Kong.
You guys are making my brain hurt.
They call me the Long Kong Don for a reason.
No, they don't.
I do.
No, they don't.
In the mirror every single morning before I go to work.
No, you don't.
I will calm these bastards as they're not firing me today.
You've never said that.
Gonna write it on the.
You don't wake up when I wake up.
You've never said that before in your life. You just thought of it.
That's not true.
No.
Yep.
I've
So
heard
moving on.
him say it several times.
What's your category today? Santa Worldwide?
Yeah.
Wide.
I thought first of all, I thought Billy put that because I thought it was a pit bull joke.
I was about to lead into that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was definitely aiming for a pit bull joke.
I thought I was waiting for Mr. Worldwide, and
His eggnog is actually Fireball.
woo woo.
That bald
So what's the
bastard.
cost for this?
Okay,
Okay.
let's get into this.
Ho, 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 ho.
Yo ho ho ho.
So it's a
That's
pirate
rude.
Santa?
If there was a pirate Santa, that'd be awesome. However,
Captain Jack Claus.
whatever name you call him, Santa Claus, a household name, a wonderful childhood memory of presents from a jolly white-haired man. For some of us, not all of us, unfortunately.
He touched me.
He beats me.
You sound like Laker.
He told me to sit in his lap.
And I felt a different kind of candy cane. The chestnuts weren't. They were. Oh no.
I'm smoking a Newport out back.
His chestnuts were roasting me.
He told me if I didn't behave, Frosty was gonna beat me with his carrot.
He said I was a naughty boy.
Okay, well, that's a cool.
Yeah, we're going way off.
Yeah, this sleigh ride is went somewhere else.
Oh, we're talking about Santa. I thought we were talking about Daddy Claus. Okay.
We'll get there.
Oh.
Santa is probably one of the most versatile, recognized figures in the world. But what is this great man's real name? The concept actually came from St. Nicholas, a patron saint famous for giving generous gifts to the poor. St. Nicholas is in Dutch is Sinterklaas, which is where the name Santa Claus came from. Bet you never do that. Huh?
I would like to interject here that he was also the patron saint of prostitutes. Just throwing that out there.
Amen.
Is it because he always has his hose? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, dead serious. He used the patron saint of prostitutes. I learned that from Spike TV
Awesome.
when I was a wee lad.
Oh.
Wasn't that on like Mansers?
Yeah, that was a show. Yeah, Mansers. Go ahead.
Ever heard of elf on a shelf? How about a fatty on the daddy? Anywho, around the world, there are lots of different names for Santa Claus, and the idea has been adopted in very various ways. So here are 11 different names for Santa Claus around the world. Of course, I started with number one. I said the English, just start off basic,
V. Gates.
V. Gates. Santa Claus, also known as Father Christmas.
Daddy Santa.
In the UK, US, and Canada, Santa Claus or Father Christmas he's believed to travel around the world sporting a red suit on a sleigh pulled by reindeer. He comes down the chimney at night before Christmas, which is for us between the 24th and 25th of December, leaving presents under the tree for the children, and the children often leave Christmas stockings by the fireplace that Santa will fill with small gifts and sweets.
Yeah, prick only
Some
forgot
families
birthday
will
present, though.
Rip. Some families will leave a snack for Santa for his travels. In the UK, it's common to leave minced pie and a glass of whiskey for Santa.
Damn right.
And a carrot for the reindeer.
Moving to England.
Number two is American English, which is widely known as Kris Kringle. In the US and in Canada, some people call him Kris Kringle, which originates from the German word Christkind, which is Christ child translation. Here it's custom for us to leave milk and cookies to keep him going. He has lots of presents to deliver after all. In our house, Santa not only gets milk and cookies, but he gets beer and hot wings as well.
Hey, dude he needs it. He deserves one.
Yo, he's
Yeah.
gonna have to poop.
Santa.
What?
Santa's gonna have to poop with all the
Hello?
hot wings.
Oh, I mean, trust
I
me.
thought you said you have to go poop. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll pause. Or that you told me
No,
I have to poop.
Santa, after leaving, trust me, Santa does go.
Yep.
He uses the bathroom before he leaves.
No. Oh, he sure does.
We live out the scented toilet paper.
With the dude wipes. You got to keep Santa fresh.
A little bit of men in there.
Where do you think candy canes came from?
Oh. The one that touched me?
The one that touched me. Number 3, the French. Known as Père Noël. Father Christmas, also known as Daddy Christmas.
Ha! Knew it was coming.
Love it.
This time.
In France, Père Noël, who delivers presents either on the eve of the 23rd of December or on the morning of the 25th. It didn't specify why. I guess it takes a while for him to get to everybody.
He's
In the
busy.
east of France. He is accompanied by Le Père Fouettard.
Isn't it pronounced Le Père?
You know what? I'm not
I
French, Mr. Frenchman.
Oh, yeah, you got me there.
Well, be down.
You're doing great,
man.
You know, I can't pronounce Shauna, so I can't.
It's Shanna.
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 I say it right? Shanna?
Shanna rhymes with banana.
Okay.
I tell you this all the time, and you
I
nothing.
can't comprehend things, okay?
That's fair.
Shanna, Shauna, Sheena, they're all the same. Okay, let's go back to leap year.
Bobina. Anyway.
All right, Mambo number 5.
Anyways, this man is dressed in black. I appreciate that. Who is said to be punishing the children if they misbehave. Better be good then.
So that's why it's Daddy Christmas.
Yeah. He comes out, gives gifts. He's known to punish all the bad little boys and girls. Number 4, Spanish, also known as Papa Noel, Father Christmas. The man behind the Spanish name for Santa Claus is commonly known to give out presents on the 24th of December or the 25th of December. Papa Noel, or December, or on the 6th of January, which is from the 3 kings, also known as the 3 wise men, the day of Epiphany. So a lot of Spanish heritage had to do that as well. I guess I didn't finish that sentence.
So it looks like you were finished the sentence and then you just started a new one.
You shush.
Okay.
In South America.
It's Papa Christmas.
In South America, a family member often dresses as Papa Noel and gives gifts to the children while they have to try to guess who the family member is.
That's one way to come back.
Spanish culture.
Daddy? Guess again.
Ultimate prank.
What's that? Milk. While in countries like Mexico and Venezuela, presents might also be brought by El Niñito Dios, which I'm guessing that's how you say it, but I really don't know.
El Niñito Dios. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, which is baby Jesus. Or Santa Claus, which is Santa Claus. Number 5, the Dooch. And he's known as Sinterklaas. This is probably my favorite way of saying Santa Claus.
We're now Dutch. Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas is celebrated in several European countries with different traditions in each country. In the Netherlands, Sinterklaas is an old man who rides his horse on rooftops. His helpers put gifts into shoes of children's, and the Sinterklaas feast is celebrated on the 5th of December.
God,
However, in Belgium,
like the rest of us.
However, in Belgium, customs are similar to Sinterklaas feast. It's celebrated on the 6th of December instead of the 5th. They have the patience to wait one more day.
All I know is two things.
Hmm.
There are two kinds of people in this world I can't stand.
Hmm.
Those who are intolerant of other people's Santa Clauses and the Dutch Santa.
Now, on to number 6. German. I'm going to butcher this one. Weihnachtsmann.
Weihnachtsmann. Gather your axe.
Also known as Christmas Man. Because they don't believe in daddies.
They died in the war.
The festive season in Germany starts early with St. Nicholas Day on the 6th of December. It's thought that St. Nicholas comes in the night, puts presents in the kids' shoes, places them in front of the doors the evening before. In some parts of Germany, Das Christkind is thought to bring children presents on Christmas Eve. Children also write him asking for presents before Christmas, and they even decorate their letters by gluing sugar to the envelopes. That's going to make...
Goddamn kids are needy.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to need to call Bugsby gone because they're about to have some ants.
Yeah, send these kids a cancer something.
God. In other parts of the country, German Santa Claus, because I'm not saying that again, is the one who brings presents to the children. Traditionally, German people often open their presents on Christmas Eve rather than Christmas Day.
Ho, ho, ho. Guess what we got? Train tickets.
Number 7. Italiano. Baba Natale. Once again, known as Daddy Christmas.
Oh, the spaghetti.
I don't know if it's because
I
it's
love
Italian.
this one.
It just makes it very, very sexy.
Babbo Natale.
In Italy, Baba Natale is thought to deliver presents at Christmas. Italian families start collecting presents at the start of December, and they are opened either on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning. So it's kind of like they collect presents each day, and then they just wait. So instead of just getting a whole bunch of them under the tree at once, you have to like go through the whole entire month just collecting gifts and holding on to them.
Like 12 Days of Christmas kind of shit.
Yeah. It is believed that the witch La Befana arrives during the night of the 5th of January, bringing small gifts and sweets and dried fruits that she leaves for the socks of the good children.
Oh boy, I got raisins.
So after Christmas, there's some kind of good witch who, it's kind of like the New Year thing. If you were good, she leaves you treats and goodies for the new year.
If you're a good witch or a bad witch?
Well, she was leaving you dry fruits instead of bottles, so I mean, whatever. Number 8.
I'd be bitching.
Right? I don't want no raisins.
Hey, leave raisins alone.
If they're not an oatmeal cookie.
Fuck a crispy Kringle.
Yeah. However, Portuguese at number 8. Another Papa Noel, Father Christmas. In some parts of Brazil, children leave a sock near a window.
Uh-oh.
If Papa Noel finds their sock, he will exchange for a present. Now, in Portugal, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. But listen, I ain't knocking other cultures. In Portugal, he is believed to bring the presents to the children on Christmas Eve. Presents are left under the Christmas tree or in the shoes by the fireplace. Again, I don't want to put things inside shoes.
To be fair, this is kind of where we get the whole stocking saint from.
That's fair.
That makes sense.
In both countries, Brazil and Portugal, the families will either open up the presents on the eve of the 24th after midnight mass or on Christmas morning. A lot of Spanish cultures, what they do is they fast all day and they prepare food. And then midnight comes after they go on a nice little starving bender. They feast. and then they open presents, and then they go to sleep. That sounds like a long, exhausting, torturous day.
Gotta take out that mask.
But I mean, the next day is Christmas Day, and you get to do whatever you want with it. Number 9, Russian Christmas. Okay. Dead Moroz. Grandfather Frost.
You get no Christmas.
In Russia, Christmas is actually a celebration on January 7th, which is the Orthodox Christmas, and therefore goes by a different calendar.
In Soviet Union, Christmas celebrates you.
However, people do also exchange presents on New Year's Eve. It's believed that Dead Moroz brings presents with the help of his granddaughter, which is Snagorga.
That's what I drink some vodka.
I listened to this like 12 times.
Snagorga.
Yeah, you say it like that. And the tradition goes that children make a circle around the Christmas tree and call for Dead Moroz and Snagorga.
Snagorga.
And when they appear, the star and the other lights on the Christmas tree will light up.
I'm here for Snagorga.
Okay. Snagorga. Number 10. Why is this so spaced out? Number 10. Turkish. Noel Baba. Father Christmas. I didn't find a lot on this one, but I made a small little thing here. Don't you do it. What did you do?
I was going to do something. You caught me. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. Christmas isn't widely celebrated in Turkey. That's why I really couldn't find stuff on it. But some families celebrate popular Christmas traditions on New Year's Eve. And they have a New Year's Eve tree and give each other gifts instead of having a Christmas tree. Number 11, my last and final Santa Claus, which is the Polish one, which I looked at it and I was like, I don't know how to do nothing. However, I did find somebody to find some kind of place to translate it for me, which is Sweetie Mikołaj. In Poland, it is generally believed that Swedish Santa, because I'm not saying it again, brings out presents which are opened after Christmas Eve supper is finished. Sometimes the adult tease children by dragging out the meals so they have to wait longer to open the presents. So in some parts of Poland, there are different traditions. In the East, presents are given by Dead Moroz in Russia, and in the western and northern Poland, people are believed to be given by Gwiazda, which is known as the Starman. So they have different things. I don't get it. I think the Polish are fucked up, bro. Honestly,
wow. Do you realize how much they went through in their life?
Whoa.
Do you think? But I could see you doing this.
What?
Oh, Cole. Guess you can't open any presents until everybody's done eating. I guess.
Whoa. You really think I'm gonna wait to eat? Take longer to eat? I might have 3 plates of food, okay? Which let's not forget the whole Thanksgiving fiasco of 2023 where people took my plates before I was done because I was in the bathroom. Okay? So let's think about this for a second.
No, but
here I am going to make room. I come out, my plate's gone.
We thought you died. You were in there for like an hour.
It was Thanksgiving. It's part of tradition, okay? Next time I'll give you up.
Thank you.
10 minutes into it, still going.
Yeah. But it's just,
there's a snake in my boot.
Can you imagine just be like, hey, everybody's waiting for you and you're like trying to squeeze in that last bite before your stomach explodes, you're unbuttoning your pants and you're like, oh, you're going to wait till I'm done and then I'm going to take an hour, shit. And then you're still going to have to wait.
Nah.
That would be
Half
you.
hour.
That would be you. So there you have it, rejects. 11 different names for Santa Claus around the world. Now, you can get involved in the Christmas spirit wherever you are in the world. Like Anthony says, unless you're Jewish.
Don't put words in my mouth.
You put that. I saw it.
No, I did not.
I would like to hear from anybody who they want to discuss which version of Santa around the world that they like most and what tradition. I mean, which one did you like?
What's that Russian gal's name? Snegurka.
You just like to say the name.
Yep.
Was there any traditions that you liked?
You know what? Let's put some presents in shoes this year.
Yeah, you only get what fits in your shoe. Alina's screwed.
I don't know. This mention of leaving out beer and hot wings for Santa. That
we
I can get
do
aboard
that
with
already.
That.
That's our tradition.
Really? I wonder what brave soul brought up leaving chicken wings out for Santa.
What if he was vegetarian?
Hey,
Anthony, you're two in a relationship. You know what? You should leave out beer and hot wings. Santa deserves something spicy.
yeah.
He gets tired of milk and cookies.
Give the man something different.
And he's got the milk to kill the heat from the hot wings. It makes sense, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus the cookie dough. I mean, it's in there. It's good. It's good.
I like. I mean, a lot of these people who open these presents in the beginning of the month, I would hate because our daughter's birthday is in the beginning of the month, and it would just be too much at once.
Oh, really, Rose?
Yeah, people who are born in December kind of suck.
Yeah, well aware.
See, what I noticed is a lot of these countries are trying to take from Hanukkah.
I do like the idea of, I mean, at least for me, the idea of getting a gift every single day and waiting till one day to open it. I mean, that at least you know you're getting at least 24.
That's like torture Hanukkah.
I mean, you don't get 8 gifts, you get 24.
Oh,
But
isn't it probably like the 12-day thing?
It's like an advent calendar.
Kind of. Oh, speaking of.
Today I got a sock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I probably have to check outside. It's probably sitting out there.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
What about you, Billy? Did you prefer any? I didn't put any Jewish Santas on here.
Jews don't have Santa.
I know.
I mean, I'm always a firm supporter of the Polish. Yule Cat stole my dog, though.
There you have it, Reject Nation. Different versions of Santa Claus. Wow, your font is so much smaller than mine.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with that?
That makes my eyeballs hurt.
It's at an 11.
No. Mine was at like a 13 and a half for my blind ass.
These amps go up to 11.
Oh my god, mine's longer than I thought. Oh, that's the outro. Yeah, Billy's also on 11.
Billy probably also has his screen
zoomed up all the way.
Zoomed up to like 150%.
That does make some sense.
125.
All right, I'm zooming mine into it. So
let's see, 125. Wow, that hurts my eyes a little bit. We'll see what happens. Okay, so.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, screw it. So 2 episodes ago, I took a look at the Gardner Museum Heist, where some capers took some art pieces from the museum in Boston. It remains unsolved to this day. Today, I will discuss the suspects of the case. The FBI immediately took the lead on this investigation and found fingerprints and footprints, but it is unknown how extensive the DNA testing was, as the files have been lost over the years. The physical description given to authorities was one man was around 5'10" in his late 30s with a medium build. and another man at 5 feet 12 inches on the heavier side in his early 30s. However, the FBI would have several key suspects that I will dive into.
I'm clean.
The first prime suspect is a security guard himself, Rick Abbott, due to his suspicious behavior the night of the robbery. Investigators believe that when he opened the side door, if you remember when he did that during his first patrol that night, it was provide a signal to those waiting to rob the art museum. Oh, sorry, I misspelled museum. However, Abbott told authorities that he routinely did this to make sure the door was locked. However, a colleague told investigators that if this was true, supervision would have seen it and noticed that on their computer printouts and would have told him to stop, as it was not part of policy due to being a security risk. Another reason for suspicion was that Abbott's patrol was the only recordings of anyone entering the Blue Room during the heist, where the Ches Tortoni was taken, if you could call that from that previous episode that we did. He would maintain his innocence, and the FBI agent that led the case believed he was too incompetent to pull off the heist, which is just a fucking just slap to the face.
Yeah.
No, this guy's too fucking dumb.
There's no way this guy can do it because he's just dumb as rocks. In 2015, the FBI released a security video from the museum showing Abbott admitted an unidentified man into the museum and conversed at the security desk. Abbott claims to have no recollection of this event. Museum staff identified the man as the museum's deputy security chief. Just plain dumb there. Well, it's fit in the FBI profile. He's dumb.
Just looking at all the museum errors.
You know what? I'm sure I fixed it at some point.
Could someone have taken his key card thing that tells him which room he's in?
That's possible. But actually, no, it's not possible, because if you remember from that episode, there's no detections of anyone being in that room during the actual heist.
But he was the only one that went in the room.
It was before the heist took place. It was when he was doing his rounds for his shift. That was the only time there was any recording of anyone being in that room.
Okay, rescinded.
Hey, I almost forgot myself. So good question. Ooh. So the next suspect was a crime boss and the leader of the Irish Winter Hill Gang, Whitey Bulger, who is someone I actually want to do an episode. Shut up. Before I tell Kinterclaws or whatever his name was. I do want to do an episode on Whitey Bulger at some point. I'm calling Whitey for now. When you can't, you are a child.
He's a crime boss with some real cojones.
So Whitey would become a suspect. That's not any better.
Racist. Mr. Bulger.
You're the one I would say here. Oh, damn the Polish. You just can't have.
Yeah. By the way, fuck off for that.
That was Anthony's side note, okay? I was just not going to let him do that and not call him out on it.
You could have just not said it if you really don't want to say it. I think you seriously wanted to say it.
I think you really wanted me to say it. That's why you put it at the end.
I did not. I drink the fit.
I think you definitely wanted to say you didn't like Polish people.
There's already a trend there.
Pierogies are okay.
They're slightly intertwined.
Politely declined.
Anywhere, Mr. Bulger. That's it, anywhere?
Yeah.
Anywho, Mr. Bulger would become a suspect in organizing the heist. Of course, he would deny his involvement, but he did dispatch gangsters to identify the thieves, as this was his territory, and Bulger was a little pissed that they gave an Irish goodbye instead of paying any tribute to his gang.
Don't want to see him in a pair of gray sweatpants.
Yeah, he came off a little early. It was a little premature. The FBI believed Bulger's strong connection with Boston police would make it easy for him to acquire the police uniforms that were used in the heist. They even theorized that Bulger could have paid 2 officers to commit the heist for him and cover up the crime. With his ties to the IRA, which was the Irish Republican Army, who was fighting, against the they were the Catholics, Protestants in the United Kingdom. Bulger would also be able to easily smuggle the network of artwork outside of the United States and into Ireland. However, the FBI was unable to find any concrete evidence to connect Bulger to the heist. Yeah, I want to do an episode on this guy at some point because he is insane.
Bulger?
Yeah, he was larger and in charge.
Yeah, he's a fun one.
In 1994, the museum received an anonymous letter from someone claiming to be an associate of the thief attempting to negotiate the possible return of the stolen pieces on behalf of the thief. According to the letter, the pieces were stolen to reduce a prison sentence, but the opportunity passed, so now they wanted to return the artwork. The letter stated that the artwork was held in a non-common law country in a climate-controlled environment with a request for full immunity for those involved and $2.6 million in cash to be wired to an offshore bank account, while also containing information only known to the museum and the FBI. If the museum was interested in the deal, they were given instructions on how to send a coded message to be printed in the Boston Globe newspaper. Also, ADHD moment. Captain Bulger here. I'm trying to remember that one movie back in early 2000s. He had a character in there. Gangs in New York.
Oh, I was going to say, did it star Brandy?
No, not star Brandy Max or any of the other ones. Was
it the Johnny Depp one?
I don't know. It was not. There was a big. I think Leo DiCaprio was in it.
That sounds more like.
Oh, probably. Yeah, it's probably Gangs in New York.
Gangs in New York. That's it. Yeah. There's a few big names in there, but yeah, someone plays him in that movie. So, coming back to reality and leaving, ADHD world, the FBI was contacted and they orchestrated the coded message to the Boston Globe to be printed on May 1st, 1994. A second letter soon arrived that they got the message. However, they were now gun shy, fearing that they would be arrested by the FBI if they continued with the deal. No more letters arrived after this. Again, a little premature. They rubbed off the wrong way. Boston con man with a history of attempted robbery, Brian McDevitt, will be the next to appear on the FBI's radar. In 1981, he dressed as a FedEx driver in an attempt to steal artwork from the Hyde Collection in Glen Falls, New York. His physical appearance, except for his red hair, matched the description given to FBI agents about the thieves. He denied any involvement and refused to take a polygraph test. The FBI took... Suspicious. It's a little suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
The FBI took his fingerprints, but no matches were found. He moved to California and became a writer for TV and movie. He eventually passed away in 2004.
The movie you're thinking of is The Departed.
Isn't it Departed? I thought it was Gangs in New York for some reason.
Gangs in New York is way before Whitey Bulger.
Huh. Well, there's that answer.
I was curious.
Fair enough. In March of 2013, the FBI announced they believed they know who committed the crime and that with confidence believed the stolen pieces were transported to Connecticut and the city of Brotherly Art, Philly, back in 2002, but cannot determine what happened afterwards. In 2015, the FBI announced the likely thieves were deceased and were members of mob boss Frank Salemi's crew. Theory states that another associate, Louis Royce, Case Museum for weaknesses in 1980. Oh, I did spell it wrong again. In 1981. However, Royce was arrested for another plot, but he did get the information to the game before his arrest. The FBI tipped the museum that they might get hit. There are two more associates of the Merlino gang that caught the FBI's attention: Robert Garante and Robert Gentile. After Garante's death in 2004, his widow told Are you laughing at Gentile?
Genitalia. I'm sorry. It's one of those episodes. You have
This is
Bolger
why.
and genitalia.
Well, oh, God damn, I can't get it out of my mind. There's now just a bulge and genital in my head now. After Garante's death in 2004, his widow told the FBI that he owned some of the stolen paintings and gave them to Gentile when he was diagnosed for cancer. There you go. Cancer. Cancerous Gentiles. Are you happy now? I almost said genital. Gentile would deny these claims, but found himself indicted on drug charges in 2012. He agreed to a polygraph test, which told the agents that he was lying when he claimed he had no knowledge of the theft or the location of the artwork. You actually knew somebody whose name was Genital? He was a real dick.
Cunt it out.
Dude with nuts, though.
Gentile demanded a retest. However, this time he mentioned he was shown the missing Rembrandt self-portrait. This time, the polygraph gave an honest result. However, his lawyers felt that his results were influenced by anxiety due to the large number of agents in the room and requested a smaller amount of agents. Did I spell amount wrong? Whatever. In a smaller meeting, Gentile was back to deny any involvement or knowledge of the paintings. A few days later, the FBI raided Gentile's house in Manchester and found a secret ditch underneath a false door in the backyard shed. However, it was completely empty. Gentile's son claimed that it was flooded a few years before and that Gentile was furious of the damage it caused. Maybe some artwork down there.
I thought you said giblets.
Giblets! The FBI did find a 1990 copy of the Boston Herald, which detailed the robbery along with a piece of paper with prices of what the stolen artwork might sell for on the black market. However, there was no concrete evidence to link Gentile to the theft. However, he would be convicted of his drug charges for 30 months.
A copy, you say? Maybe our friend Parenti has something to do with that one.
Maybe. Call back. After his release, Gentile maintained his innocence and believed he was set up by the FBI and that his incarceration was an attempt to put strain on his personal life and only kept small motors in his backyard ditch. In 1992, the FBI began to investigate another known associate, David Turner, when an informant mentioned that he had the paintings. After an arrest for cocaine possession, Turner offered the paintings for a reduced sentence. Turner failed to produce the paintings, but heard that they were stored in a Boston church. After his prison release, authorities concluded he had no involvement with the heist, despite connections to other break-ins. I hear baby fin upstairs.
Yeah, I think Alina's saying this Turner dude's probably the guy who did it.
Yeah, Rose went up there quick.
I'm gonna take her hunch.
Yeah. She knows. Some in the FBI still believe Turner to be one of the thieves, despite contrary evidence of his credit card being used in Florida the night of the heist. But come on, if you are a criminal, you can get somebody to do something, take your credit card somewhere else. No one checks ID.
No, Florida's just the wild fucking west down there.
Turner died in 1991, and investigators never found evidence to connect him to the heist. However, a sibling did mention him possessing a painting similar to the Ches Tortoni.
Hey, that kind of looks like...
Yeah, it may be a little brushstroke here or there, but it looks very similar. So, on to our last main suspect, another gangster, Bobby Donati. In 1991, what's funny about that one? Go ahead, get it out.
He's so naughty.
What?
I'm just laughing at the names. Let's just go ahead.
You're Italian, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the way you're saying it.
What's wrong with Donati?
I'm not sure.
Bugatti, Donati.
He wasn't a good boy. I'm pretty sure he was just naughty.
In 1991, his involvement was suspected. God damn it. I'm just thinking of a naughty genital. His involvement was suspected after New England art thief Miles J. Connor Jr. spoke to authorities who believe Donati was Nazi along with another criminal, David Houghton. What's
Nothing.
okay? No jokes about Houghton.
No.
Okay.
Hotted. It's so hot,
Hot in here.
I'm trying to
God
stop.
damn it.
I hate that I joined. Connor Jr. had a history of thievery with Donati and claimed that the two cased the museum together after Donati took interest in a particular painting. Connor also claimed that Houghton in here visited him in prison and mentioned using the painting to get him out of jail, something Connor did to lower previous jail sentences.
If there's one thing this podcast has taught me, it's that there's a lot more art thieves than I thought.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I don't recall ever hearing about an art thief.
Bob Ross's face.
Listen, Bob Ross was just painting where he hid the bodies.
Yeah. He was the real crime boss.
You keep that man's name out of your mouth.
Oh, don't forget these happy little trees.
Yo, he'll beat the
Donati
dead body
and
and knock
Houghton
it
did
off.
not match the physical. Donati and Houghton did not match the physical descriptions of the two suspects, but Connor believed they hired low-key gangsters to do the heist scene for them.
That's how it works.
So, in 1991, a Bob and a Ross. Nah, just kidding. Donati was actually murdered in 1991, and Houghton would soon follow him to the grave thanks to an illness. After their deaths, Connor told investigators he could return the art if he got an early release. They did not believe him, so they kind of told him to fuck off. However, Connor did tell them to take a look at a criminal antiques dealer, William P. Yunworth.
877 cash now.
J.J. Yunworth, get your artwork now.
Oh no. Go ahead.
You see something? I don't like it already. Can't wait. So the FBI would open an investigation into Yunworth and raided his properties in the 1990s. These raids caught the attention of journalist Tom Mashberg. What's funny about Mashberg? Mashed potatoes? What we got going on here? Ashing a bird? Bird's the word?
I mean,
God damn it.
doing the mash on the genitals.
I am not dignifying that. The monster mash. God damn it. So, Tom Mashberg interviewed Yunworth. In 1997, Yunworth called Mashberg to tell him he has proof that he could have the paintings returned under the right conditions.
He did the mash.
The art mash. Yunworth took Mashberg to a warehouse in Red Hook, Brooklyn. Anything for that?
No.
Okay.
Arg.
Did this dude totally believe he was going to be murdered? Because I would.
When it came to things like this, they didn't really murder journalists unless journalists were doing like bad pieces on them.
But like a warehouse in Red Hook, Brooklyn. No, I'm good.
Well, I heard it's safer than Sandy Hook, so I almost walked away from it, and then another opportunity came.
God damn it! I set you up.
So inside the unit was several cylindrical tubes, and inside of one of the tubes appeared to be the storm of the Sea of Galilee, with noticeable cracks on the canvas and the edges. Galilee. Yeah, Galilee. With noticeable
cracks. I couldn't let it go.
It's fair. I'm glad you did that. On the canvas and edges cut in a manner similar to the heist, along with Rembrandt's signature on the paintings. Mashberg wrote about his experience for the Boston Globe, but left out any details that would connect to the crime to Yunworth, simply referring to him as an informant. According to the informant, the heist was pulled off by 5 men, 2 being Donati, who was one of the actual robbers, and Houghton, who was responsible for getting the stolen art to a safe house. The FBI raided the safe house several months later, but it was empty. At as with everything else in the story, there were some disputes among the feds if Yonworth's claims were actually valid. Federal authorities tested paint chips that Yonworth gave to Mashberg and confirmed that where they were from Rembrandt's era. However, they did not match the paintings stolen, and that the varnish used in the paintings would make it incredibly difficult for the paintings to be rolled up into a tube. The museum and the feds began to negotiate with Yonworth. However, Yonworth made things very difficult as he would just not talk at all until his demands were met, including full immunity and Connor's release from prison. The Attorney General's office stopped working with him as they did not believe that they had enough evidence that Yonworth could be of any help to them. Or maybe he got paid. In 2014, investigative reporter Stephen Kurgian. No jokes? Oh, look at that. Is it because he's Polish?
I thought it was Kurt Jerkin.
Also, now they say it's Polish, okay, to make jokes. Okay.
It wasn't jerking?
You're jerking me around with these jokes. He wrote to Vincent Ferrara. Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Sounds good, though.
Those are Ferraris. Who was Donati's boss during his gang life. Stephen would get a call from an associate of Ferrara who claimed the FBI was wrong to accuse the Merlino gang in the crime as Donati was the one who organized the heist. He claimed that 3 months prior to the theft, Donati visited Ferrara in jail for a murder charge and explained he was about to do something to get Ferrara out of prison. After the theft, Donati visited Ferrara again in prison and confirmed to him that the rumors of the heist are true and that he led it. Donati claimed to have buried the artwork, and once things calmed down, he would use the artwork to negotiate Ferrara's release. Stephen believed that Donati wanted to free Ferrara because he believed Ferrara could protect Donati during a gang war at the time, which would eventually claim Donati's life. Donati was also seen at a club with associate Gorante with police uniforms before the heist. So who do you think committed the crime? The police, shoddy guards, mobsters, or all the above?
All the above.
All the above? Everyone's involved?
Yeah.
Everybody's a guilty.
Everybody's a naughty.
Billy, before she makes me drink more, what do you think? Billy? Billy is muted.
That was my bad.
Billy is back? Oh, okay. So, who do you think did the crime?
The shoddy guards definitely played into it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just want to believe mobsters because I think mobsters are cool.
Yeah, there's someone that's gonna. This Donati guy, he sounds pretty suspicious to me. Connected, having police uniforms.
I mean, at this point, in this era, time, it was very popular for mobsters to have an in with police. They had cops on their payroll.
I mean, there's still corrupt cops out there too. It's
Yeah, but back then, it was, if you try to do the right thing, you were just never to be seen again. I feel like all of them played a role in this.
Well, yeah, because if it was Donati, he had to get those police uniforms from somewhere. It's not that eBay back then.
Yeah.
Did they? No.
There wasn't internet then.
Yeah, you can't find those in the classifieds, really.
No, not really. So I think it was Donati.
Like if you had to negotiate a release of somebody with the paintings,
be a good way to do it. Claim you got them from somewhere else.
Well, I gave them back. Let them go.
I give half back now and half back later.
Or you get the genitals.
And I tell you, yeah. What?
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Not the art.
Oh boy. So
H.H. Holmes.
what's up, H to the second power? Part to the second power.
The cerebral assassin.
The cerebral assassin.
Oh, I've been using like nicknames for Triple H the wrestler this entire time.
Yeah, he has. Very much so.
Oh, it's worse.
It gets worse.
Awesome.
And this is our first three-parter.
Three-way.
There's like 3 big parts of H.H. Holmes.
It's a big write-up. I'm excited.
Yeah, you get to learn about the murder castle.
Yes. Oh, before we continue, I forgot one more thing. Topic stuff.
Yeah.
The guy who played Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine.
Rip.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Night.
Highly suggest watching it. It's fantastic.
You've highly suggested it like for the past however long many years we've known each other, and I still haven't gotten there.
I'm just going to routinely send you clips. And by clips, I mean I'm just going to record like 30 seconds of an episode at a time and send it to you.
Oh, so I'm going to get really shitty versions?
The one desire.
Number 2, please. That's the one who killed my brother. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Killed my brother. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Ooh, chills.
Oh, good time.
So, murder.
Yeah, anyway, back to the murder castle. When we last left the cerebral assassin, he was eyeing a vacant lot to crack his next scheme after he stole a bunch of shit from his old store that he just sold to a dumb guy. What a fucking legend. Time to check into the murder castle. I really wish that was in his marketing.
Yeah.
Construction, huh?
I just left.
Oh. Construction officially begins on the new castle in 1886. Holmes had designed the architecture himself, and he had shown no one, because why would you? I for one think he was just kind of making shit up on the fly, but that's just me. He kind of just told the construction workers what to do. Sometimes this included just putting random open gas piping hidden in the rooms of the hotel. Second floor, usually. No one really asked any questions about why this was being done, but no one had a job there long enough to really matter. Holmes is running schemes to not pay these dudes, and if they were to do a big job, he would complain that it was a shitty job and demand that he not pay the bill. This dude was such a prick. I can't tell you how much Holmes actually put into the actual building, but it can't be all that much. Construction only took a year and a half, and over 500 construction workers had done work on the new castle. Like I said, none of them were there long enough to really ask questions about what the actual purpose of the new building was for. Like the gas pipes and almost all of the second floor rooms for no reason. Holmes also decided to have grease chutes from the second floor into lime pits into the basement. When asked about this, Holmes said it was for the butlers to have fun. I wish that was a joke, but I saw that in way more than one article about this.
It's kind of smart, though, on his part.
Yeah, just, when the butlers need to get down to the basement real quick. Around the time of completion, the game would meet Benjamin Pitezel after he had answered an ad for carpenters for the hotel. The heartbreak kid, Ben Pitezel, was a huge drunk and a family man. He had a litter of 7 kids and likely turned a blind eye to what Holmes is doing for the paycheck to support his 101 Dalmatians. I forgot I wrote that. Holmes realized he could was his sidekick and his goon. When he realized this, he used it to his full potential. Pitezel turned back up in a few more times in a big way.
Sweet.
He's a big player in part 3. Upon completion, the neighborhood gawked at the building and its incredible architecture. On the street level floor, there was a barber shop, restaurants, jewelry stores, and Holmes's pharmacy with all the shit from the one across the street like a boss. The second and third floors were used for lodging, partially, and long-term lodging. The third floor also had Holmes's office, where he had controls for gas flow in the rooms below. I kind of hope he played like the world's darkest game show, where he's like, just pick one.
Imagine the internet without them.
Wrong lever.
The second floor also boasted rooms that were airtight and covered in asbestos-covered steel plating. Most of the rooms in the second floor also had hidden peepholes in the rooms. Holmes would use these to watch his victims suffocate in the airtight gas chamber. He would also pleasure himself while watching his work. The rooms were also outfitted with locks on the outside only because, that's not a red flag or anything. After the deed was done, Triple H was able to move the corpses to his basement through Scooby-Doo passageways in the walls and kiss them. He would kiss them before.
Yes, I had to kiss them.
Oh, really? Because I would have believed it.
So I figured if I did it while Rose was talking and not you probably went to it. So I just went through a red aircraft, found something, and just threw some.
That's fair. Well done. But yeah, no, this dude was a creep. I wouldn't doubt it. If he didn't feel like doing the work, he would kick the butlers off the grease chutes and just send them down. Once the bodies reached the cellar, Holmes used multiple different ways to dispose of the bodies. He would use the Breaking Bad method, where he would dissolve the bodies in acid vats that were installed during construction, no questions asked. He would also occasionally cremate the bodies using a furnace he told builders was for glass bending. The oven was kind of people-sized, and workers just kind of joked about the obvious what-ifs because no one really did this shit at the time. Didn't really go any further than a joke, though. Holmes would also throw bodies in an airtight safe with a gas pipe because, of course, Triple H seemed to really like using this vault as he killed 10 women, mostly his multiple wives, using this safe. Holmes actually scammed his way into the vault. He paid for it on credit, then threatened to sue the creditors if they damaged his building, removing it when he allowed them. They dropped it, and this guy is just such a fucking good scammer. Another feature of the basement was a couple operating tables. He is a doctor, after all. These were used to perform illegal abortions. Obviously, abortion in the late 1800s was not great, so into the acid for a lot of the patients so he could sell their skeletons to local doctor offices. This would come into play after Holmes fought with his dick and stole Ned Connors' wife, Julia. Ned was actually running the pharmacy underneath the hotel while Julia ran it. When Ned found out that the game was banging his wife, he filed for divorce for Julia. By this time, Holmes already bored of Julia, but she announced she was pregnant and demanded marriage. Holmes agreed to the marriage, but stated that he couldn't support the new child and her already, their daughter that she had with Ned. He would only marry her if she would agree to get an abortion, convincing her that he had performed the operation several times in college. On Christmas Eve, Triple H put Julia's 5-year-old daughter to sleep by the way of chloroform. He used enough to kill her, actually. Holmes brought Julia down to the basement that she wasn't even aware existed. And after putting her on the operating table, Holmes told her he was putting her under. He had chloroformed her again for an actual murder. Her skeleton was one of the first of Holmes's trophies to be sold to medical science.
Trophy.
Trophy.
No, Heartbreak Kid's back. Growing tired of Pytel being drunk and a loudmouth, Holmes would send HBK to a man named Leslie Keeley who claimed to have the immediate cure for alcoholism. I literally put this in for you guys.
I don't need a cure. Oh, of course.
His cure was more like a red, white, and blue tonic, and for more severe cases would require gold flakes being injected directly into the bloodstream. Pytel being sent to Keeley could possibly also be because of his alcoholism, or it could be because Holmes just wanted to steal his tonic recipe and rip more people off.
What a revolutionary.
I'm just telling you guys, we could just drink this tonic and we'll all be alcohol free.
Or, hear me out.
We
No.
could get gold injected.
I like gold. That's my second Austin Powers reference today.
Pytel would return, still a drunk, and without the tonic recipe. He would, however, have a new potential hookup for Holmes. A worker for Keeley, Emmeline Segrand, who, as Pytel claimed, was one of the most beautiful women he'd ever seen, remarking that she was elegant and dewy, whatever the fuck that means.
Like how grass is dewy in the morning?
Yeah, I don't know if she's just moist all the
Just
time.
a little moist? Huh.
What was growling?
The cat.
That was a cat.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought
It
it was
was
gross
dewy.
because I used the...
Well, that wasn't me.
Really?
My kitty cat
I'd be
mixed it.
very impressed if it was.
Anyways,
Shortly after Pytel... Yeah, there we go. Shortly after Pytel returned and gave Holmes the news of the beautiful Emmeline, Holmes found a way to contact her like the pimp that he is. Holmes would offer her a job as his personal secretary and would pay her double what Keeley was paying her. Obviously, she took the offer, and shortly after beginning her new job, began banging Holmes like every one of his secretaries that just mysteriously vanished. When Holmes would inevitably get bored with Emmeline in November of 1892, he proposed marriage, as one does.
What a guy.
The game would ask Emmeline to address 10 envelopes to her closest friends and family, ensuring the wedding announcements would get to them. The marital bliss would be short-lived, as Holmes would ask her to go to the safe to fetch some papers, where he would quietly close the door, locking Emmeline inside. Holmes would stay outside the door, furiously masturbating to the screams from inside. I wish that one was one of you fucking up my write-up, but no, here we are. He did it.
Well. Oh, so that explains the message you sent me.
Yep.
Huh.
To
it's funny.
I
I feel
help
like we're.
speed the death up a bit. Huh?
I feel like it's in the back of my mind you can see certain glimpses of Hotel Cortez from American Horror Story, because a lot of these things that they used a lot of references from what he was doing.
Like that scene where he locked up those two people in the wall.
Yeah. Or the shoot, or the scene in Murder House.
See, I didn't watch Cortez though, so I have no idea.
You should. Don't spoil it for him.
Well, it also referenced back to Murder House too, where he had his own getup in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For the
didn't watch
abortion.
that one either.
Oh.
I can recommend.
Everyone does, and I just it's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'll get there.
I'll send you clips.
The marital bliss would be short-lived as Holmes would ask her to go to the safe and fetch some papers, where he would quietly close the vault door. I did this. Holmes had also slicked the floor with some sort of caustic acid, and Emmeline would eventually suffocate in the vault, and Holmes would need to ice his peep.
Oh.
Yeah, her skeleton was eventually sold to the LaSalle Medical School. Yeah, he just sold a bunch of bodies to places because that was what you did at the time.
Well, recycling, I mean...
But no one questioned it. Perfectly normal.
There was, grave robbing was just kind of a norm.
See, if I remember, there's actually a reason for that. Because at one point, it was illegal for, doctors to, examine bodies or something. So there's no way to actually learn, anatomy or advanced science. So they were getting practice of paying grave robbers to dig up bodies and bring them.
Yep, you nailed it, actually.
And then selling.
Yeah, it started over in Europe and kind of made its way over here.
Cool.
Yeah, so grave robbing
That's
was
perfect.
just what are you doing Saturday?
Want to dig up a body?
Yeah, are you busy? I gotta make a few bucks.
Gotta earn your bones
The
somehow.
following... The bones are the money. You won't get those references. The following year, Chicago was to host the World's Fair. This time it was known as the World Columbian Exposition, from May 1st until October 30th of 1893. The World's Fair was one of the most groundbreaking, as it was the first to use electricity, when it ran an entire section dedicated to electricity, with Edison displaying his newest inventions, and a guy by the name of Nikola Tesla showing off some sort of coil or something or other. Aside from those nerds, the fair was also the debut of Pabst. The most important thing for Pabst at this time was they won their blue ribbon at the 1893 World's Fair. The fair would bring in over 27 million guests in its time, including well-known names like Helen Keller and Alexander Graham Bell. Helen obviously never used Bell's invention.
I thought she did. This is
I got
Alexander Graham
late to
Bell.
With all these people traveling to Chicago, of course they needed a place to stay. What better accommodations than a murder castle? Holmes only admitted to killing one person during the duration of the fair, but it's probably more around 50.
Imagine if you took out Keller. Or he tried to, but she kept accidentally walking in the right direction. He gave her directions to one of the murder rooms, and she kind of just went somewhere else by accident.
She'll find a way to die. I mean, during the fair, Holmes is already planning to... Oh, it's Bruno. During the fair, Holmes is already planning to get out of Chicago. His debtors were combining to take him down, and by now there was a lot of suspicion kind of surrounding the murder castle. Unfortunately for the cerebral assassin, there were some things he'd need to button up before he hit the road. Of course, Holmes being Holmes, was getting some ass from another employee he hired named Minnie Williams. The real reason Holmes was attracted to Minnie was her family's Texas fortune. When he realized he probably couldn't get his hands on this, he figured he could get very valuable land in Fort Worth, Texas, so he could start his empire of murder castles. Another roadblock to Holmes's plans was Minnie's sister, Annie. Holmes concocted a plan to invite Annie to attend the God damn it. Holmes concocted a plan and invited Annie to attend the fair. He would take them both every night for a week, only to end the final night with a visit to his vault in the basement. Both women would suffocate in the vault, and as you guessed it, Holmes was real into it. With the ladies out of the way, it was time for Triple H to take his show on the road. That's where I'm going to end this journey into the criminally genius mind of H.H. Holmes, as we're going to run our first ever 3-part series, wrapping up hopefully next week. I don't know our schedule. It gets pretty wild. Kids are involved, and we're bringing it all back here to good old Pennsylvania. See you next week. Did I really do all that? Kodak?